Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Nuts and Bolts training on Club President. My name is Xin Yin. I joined Toastmasters in early 2018 and have served several club officer roles, including the club president. While serving as a club president, I always feel it's a little overwhelming with so many things to learn and also club business to attend to. Therefore, I named this training, How Many Hats Are You Wearing? Through this training, I hope to provide some information and the tools that will help a club president, particularly a new club president, to function effectively, hopefully without feeling burned out. Let's start this training with a little discussion on who is a club president. Then we will talk about the duties and the responsibilities of a club president and how to act on each duty. This will also be the main body for this training. Before we end the training, let's see where you can find more resources that will help you to do the job. First, who is a club president? Clearly, the short answer is probably you. I assume you are watching this training because you are currently a club president and this is a required training session. Or even better, although you are not a club president yet, but you want to learn more about this role and be ready to take one in the near future. Let's see how Toastmasters International defines a club president. In the club constitution for clubs of Toastmasters International, Article 7, Duties of Officers, Section 1, it says, the club president is the chief executive officer of this club and is responsible for fulfilling the mission of this club. The club president chairs at meetings of this club and the club executive committee, appoints all committees, and has general supervision of the operation of this club. The club president shall be an ex-officio member of all committees of this club except the club leadership committee, and shall serve as one of this club's representatives on the area and the district councils. The club president shall transmit to this club for its approval or disapproval all ideas and plans proposed by the area and the district councils, which may affect this club or its individual members, and shall take no action binding upon this club without either specific prior authorization or subsequent ratification by this club. This is a long definition. On the bottom, I also provide a link where you can find all the governing documents for Toastmasters International, including the bylaws, club constitution, and other policy and protocol. As a club president, you may want to know where to find these documents and how to perform certain club business following the related policy and protocol. Now let's check how many hats a club president may wear. Based on the definition we just stated, clearly a club president is the chief executive officer, CEO of a club, setting the tones for the whole club. A club president chairs at least two types of meeting for the club, that is the regular club meeting and also the club executive committee meeting. Outside the club president represents the club and functions as a liaison between the club and the Toastmasters International. But is that all? Clearly not. Toastmasters International suggests a few more hats for a club president, including managing director, cheerleader, coach, event manager, and potentially more. When you see this list, you may want to just drop the position, turn away, and run. At least that's how I felt when the first time I saw so many big titles. Besides, a CEO and a cheerleader sound quite weird as a package deal. But don't run too fast yet. Remember, the model of Toastmaster is where leaders are made. I'm sure becoming a leader is one of your goals when you agree to be a club president. Now, the opportunity to have a taste of so many different leadership roles is right here. You probably don't want to just run away or let it go too soon. So let's dig a little bit deeper and check underneath these titles. What are the duties or responsibilities of a club president? Unlike the daunting number of hats that may fit on a club president's head, the main duties involved are quite simple and clear. It includes meeting quality, club success, and member relations. I hope by the end of this training, you will see that these three duties are not exclusive from each other, but closely related to each other. And now let's go through these duties one by one and discuss what a club president can do for each. This picture shows the anatomy of a Toastmaster club. On the top, you can see the structure of a regular club meeting, including the sessions for prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. The success of each club meeting is the collective effort of different functionaries, from speakers, general evaluator to evaluators, grammarian, accountant, timer, Toastmaster, table topics speakers, and the topics master. This is also how a club presents itself to the guests and also to continue to serve its own members. And hidden underneath the club structure is another structure composed of 8 club officers, that is President, Vice President Education, VPE, Vice President Membership, VPM, Vice President Public Relations, VPPR, Secretary, Treasurer, Sergeant at Arms, SAA, and the immediate past president. These 8 members also constitute the club executive committee, and its job is to support club as a whole and make sure the club achieves its mission. As the chair for both the regular club meetings as well as the club executive committee, what can a club president do to ensure the qualities of both then? First, let's look at the regular club meetings. Before a club meeting, a club president may want to check with VPE to see if the agenda has been filled and if there are any member achievements need to be recognized during the meeting. A club president may also need to check with VPN and sometimes the VPPR to see if any guest will join the meeting or if there are any new members should be induced during the meeting. Based on the information collected, a club president needs to prepare for the business session or business portion of the meeting. Upon arriving at the club meeting location, either in person or virtually, a club president should join the sergeant at arms to welcome guests as well as club members. During the meeting, a club president will always call the meeting to order on time, officially introduce the guests before he or she transfer the meeting control to the Toastmaster of the day. At the end of the meeting, a club president always conducts the business portion before adjourn the meeting on time. After the meeting, a club president may need to follow up with VPPR to promote the next meeting. Similar to the regular club meeting, the The club executive committee meeting also requires careful planning. In a handbook called the Club Leadership Handbook, you will find a lot of more detailed information on Club Executive Committee, including its duties and how to plan for its meetings. Although I won't go through all the details here, but now I want to emphasize the main duties of Club Executive Committee as listed here. It includes create a club budget, complete a club success plan in Club Central, strategize for success in the Distinguished Club Program, create and oversee other club committees as necessary. From these duties, you may notice several terms: Club Success Plan, Club Central, and the Distinguished Club Program. What exactly are the meaning of these terms and how are they related to your role as a club president? To answer these questions, let's talk about the second duty for a club president, club success. As the leader of the club, you definitely want your club to be successful. To keep track of the club progression, Toastmasters International provides a valuable tool. It's called the Club Success Plan. If you search the Toastmasters International website with the item number 1111 CSP2, you will get the latest version of this Club Success Plan. It is a 10-page document that contains 5 sections, including committee values, education goals, membership goals, training goals, and administration goals. All the goals on the Club Success Plan come from the Distinguished Club Program, DCP. So the next question is, what is a DCP? As we all know, a high-quality club encourages and celebrates member achievement, provides support and also a fun learning environment, and offers a professionally organized meeting with variety. To provide the best member experience in a club, Toastmasters defines critical moments that mark the performance of a club when it comes to first impressions, membership orientation, fellowship, variety and communication, program planning and meeting organization, member strength, and achievement recognition. These moments are collectively called moments of truth. And building upon the moments of truth, Toastmasters International creates Distinguished Club Program, DCP, to help quantify the progression of a club. The Distinguished Club Program is an annual program. It runs from July 1st of the first year to June 30th of the second year. And the program consists of 10 goals for your club to obtain, including 6 education goals, 2 membership goals, 1 training goal, and 1 administration goal. To qualify for participation in DCP, a club needs to have either 20 members or a net growth of at least 3 new, dual, or reinstating members by June 30th, whichever number is smaller. This is called the qualification criteria for DCP. We will talk about a little bit more of this qualification criteria in the next few slides. The DCP status of a club can be easily checked on the Toastmasters International website, and you don't even need to log into your personal account. All you need to do is go to toastmasters.org. On the front page, you click on the Leadership Central, and then in the in the drop-down menu, select Distinguished Performance Reports. Once you click on this, you will be directed to a new page that lists all the districts in Toastmasters International. On the upper left corner of this new page, you will see a search area where you can enter either a club name or club number, which will direct you to the target club. And here I will use my home club, Valued Voices Toastmaster, as an example. Once I enter Valued Voices or 7744, that is the club number, I will be directed to a new page. On this new page, on the top, you will see the club number and also the club name. Below that, there are 3 boxes. The box on the left shows the region, district, division, and area information for the club. That is, Valued Voices is actually in Region 3, District 3, Division S, and Area 2. The box in the middle shows the membership status and also the qualification status of the club. Here you can see there's a number 18 under the word base, and this indicates the number of active members in this club at the beginning of the Toastmaster year, that is July 1st, 2022. And the next number, 17, under to date, that means the number of active members today. Clearly, you can see we lost a member during this time period. And the third number is 20 under the word required. And this indicates the qualification requirements for DCP program. Remember, we just said the requirements is either 20 members or a net growth of at least 3 members by June 30th, and whichever number is smaller. The net growth is always calculated from the base number. And in this case, since the base number is 18, a net growth of 3 will be 21. And since 20 is smaller than 21, that's why they list 20 here as the qualifying requirements. And now let's go to the box on the right. Here you will see several other numbers. The first number, 3, it indicates how many DCP goals Valued Voices have achieved by now. Below that is the number of goals needed in order for a club to reach different levels of DCP status. If a club achieves at least 5 goals, it reaches the distinguished status. When it reaches at least 7 goals, it reaches the select distinguished status. And at least 9 goals, that is president's distinguished status. As here you can see, when you combine the middle box and the right box, you will be able to tell by now, Valued Voices doesn't qualify for the DCP yet. And also, it only achieved 3 DCP goals. We still have a lot of things to achieve for the rest of the year. Understanding this middle box is quite important because many times by the end of the Toastmaster year, we see a lot of clubs may achieve 5, 6, or even more DCP goals. However, when you check this middle box and you found that the to-date number, when compared to the required number, the to-date number is smaller. That means even though they may have achieved so many DCP goals, they are not even qualified for the DCP program. On the bottom, you will see the details for each of the 10 goals, what they are exactly, and how the club has been doing for each. For example, here, the number 1 goal is to achieve 4 level 1 awards. Although it is total 4 awards together, they are only counted as 1 goal. By far, Valued Voices has achieved only one Level 1 award and needs 3 more Level 1 awards before we can put a check mark on goal number 1. And if you keep reading downward, you will see that Valued Voices has accomplished goal number 5, that is 1, Level 4, Level 5, or DTM. And the goal number 7, that is added 4 new members. Also, goal number 10, that is submitting membership renewal dues on time and also submitting club officer list on time. Although Valued Voices has added 4 new members from July 1st to today, the total membership actually was reduced by 1. What does this mean? It means that during this time period, Valued Voices has lost 5 members. This also sends a signal to the club president and also to the whole club executive committee that more emphasis should be put on retaining members. We have been doing great in recruiting new members. However, we are not doing so well in terms of retaining existing members. Therefore, checking this distinguished performance report regularly will help a club president as well as the club executive committee to monitor the progression of the club and also adjust or create a strategy in a timely manner. This is a very important report, and you may want to come back to this report at least once a month. In addition to the distinguished performance report, a club president and other club executive committee members should also know about how to use Club Central to manage club business. Again, Club Central is in the drop-down menu of Leadership Central. Click on Club Central and you will be directed to log into your account. Once logging in, you will see the Club Central page. On the top, you will see some tools that will help the club officers to manage club membership, including add membership. Mostly probably will be done by the DTM. Submit payments, mostly used by the treasurer. Submit education awards, mostly used by the BPE, and the club roster, where people can view and print club roster. On the bottom of the Club Central page, you will see the tools for club administration. At this point, I'm not going to go through each one, but I want to leave the fun to you. Make sure you click on each little box and also check what exactly it is. Most of these boxes are simple and straightforward, but some could be very important for a club president. For example, one item in the number 10 goal for DCP is to submit club officer list on time. And the club officer assignment is actually the place where a club president submits the club officer list. Now that we have talked about how a club president can do to promote meeting quality and the club success, I'm sure you already see that neither of these duties can be achieved without building a strong relationship with club members or other club officers. Without members, there's no club or club meetings. Therefore, nothing needs to be managed or be led. When it comes to club members, I will start with guests, as these are prospective club members. Before the meeting, as a club president, try to greet each guest. Start a small talk with the guest. At the beginning of the meeting, officially welcome the guests and briefly explain the meeting procedure. At the end of the meeting, always check back with the guests for their feedback. When the guest becomes a new member, make sure they are well-oriented. They know where to find help when needed, and they can get a mentor as early as possible. For current members, remember to recognize and celebrate member achievements in a club meeting. Always support their needs and organize club events to strengthen the relationship within a club, such as a club breakfast, club lunch, some hiking event, or some other fun activities. Always be creative. And a fourth group that I want to point out here, and many times neglected, is the past club members. Remember to send them an invitation when the club has any special event, such as an open house. Although many past club members may not come back to rejoin this club, but a lot of times they refer friends or colleagues to Toastmasters. From what we have discussed so far, we know that running a club requires a teamwork. Building a cohesive management team with other 7 club officers is essential for the healthy growth of a club. Always support your fellow officers. Be humble, shine the light on them, not on you, and always demonstrating integrity and honesty. Let your fellow officers know that you are trustworthy and dependable. Although you may want to be knowledgeable enough to help every other officer, but in many cases, you are simply not the know-it-all, and don't be. Instead, point your fellow officers to the sources where they can acquire the answers for their questions, where they can acquire more help. For example, the Toastmaster Leadership Institute, TLI, you are taking now, is always a great place where officers can learn about their specific roles. This summarizes the discussion on the 3 main duties for a club president. That is, meeting quality, club success, and member relations. Again, these 3 duties are interrelated with each other. Neglecting any one duty will negatively impact the other 2, sooner or later, while any improvements in one will help benefit the other 2. Although we have covered quite some information here, we also understand that there are many more valuable resources available to help perform the duties as a club president. Among all the resources, the golden resource is always the Toastmaster International website, toastmasters.org. We already talked about the Club Central and the Distinguished Performance Reports. Here, I want to point you to the Club Officer Tools. On this page, you will see all the information Toastmaster International have for club officers, including tutorials, resources, and many handbooks or manuals, not only for club president, but also for each club officer role. In addition to the Club Success Plan, DCP Handbook, Club Leadership Handbook I showed you earlier, here I put 2 other handbooks you may want to check out. That is the Moments of Truth Handbook and the Club Officer Training Manual. On the top, I also provide the item number for each document, which you can use to search the Toastmaster International website. You can also simply search by the keywords such as Club President, and you will find a lot of useful information. Here, I want to share a club timeline from the Club Leadership Handbook. This timeline presents a clear view of the main events and the tasks for all TI clubs in each month of the Toastmaster year. And personally, I feel this definitely help club president and other club officers to plan for club events. If you are also in District 3, then lucky you, the aztoastmasters.org is another valuable resource website for you. These three have many ongoing events to help Toastmasters on a variety of subjects, such as new member orientation, professional speaking, leadership development, club coach, and many more. Thanks to the technology team, all the events are already added to the event calendar, which can be also fed to your own personal calendar using this iCal feed button. In addition, the biannual TLI training will help you to learn more about your role as a club officer and also connect you to new people. Lastly, don't forget about the people resource, such as the immediate past president, your area director, division director, and or district director. They are all here to support you. Therefore, connect with people. And this is the power of Toastmasters. At the ending, I want to reiterate the building foundations for Toastmasters. The club mission: we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Toastmasters' international core values, that is, integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Keep your action in line with these building foundations will help you to become a leader with higher accuracy and efficiency. This now ends my presentation. Remember to check out the other training sessions that contain valuable information to help you become a better club officer, a better Toastmaster, and a better you. Here is my contact information. Any comments or suggestions are welcome. Thank you.